Hey friends, this is Coach Hallie and this is the Iron Mobility Fitness channel. Today we are doing a short full body warm up and all you need is your body and a yoga block. I have some kettlebells here because I'm about to film also a kettlebell workout, so you'll find that soon on the channel. But today for this warm up, you're just gonna need your body, a mat, and a yoga block. All right, let's get to it. Come down on hands and knees. And we're gonna start with some segmentation of our spine. So you're gonna just spread your fingers wide on the ground, make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, and round your spine as much as possible. Starting in full flexion of our spine, we're gonna start at the tailbone and work our way slowly up into extension. So letting the pelvis go into an anterior tilt as we extend our lumbar spine, working our way up vertebrae by vertebrae. Breathing. Keep pushing away from the floor as you get into your T-spine extension. Head lifts up last. Take a breath here. Just feeling a nice stretch. And then keep your gaze up as long as you can, and you're going to send the tailbone back down toward the floor and go back into your full flexion, one vertebrae at a time, or as close as you can to that. You know, that's physically impossible to actually go vertebrae by vertebrae, but that's what we're imagining we're trying to do. Let's do one more rep like that, leading with our tailbone. Trying to make it as smooth as possible. And again, leading with that tailbone back into your full flexion of your spine. Take your time to get there. And now we're going to do 2 reps starting with our head. So gaze and head comes up first, chest pulls through the shoulders into that T-spine extension, rib cage starts to open up toward the floor, belly releases, tailbone lifts up last. Take a breath here in your full extension, and now your chin's going to come down toward your chest, and then start to push away out of the floor with those shoulders. Rib cage draws back in, tailbone drops back down. One more like that, head initiates. Again, trying to make it as smooth as you can. And head comes back into flexion, cervical spine into flexion, then T-spine, then lumbar. Awesome. Now we're going to go into some T-spine rotations in a half knee position. So I'm bringing my right foot forward, left knee is down. I'm trying to find a posterior pelvic tilt and my toes are curled under toward my shins. I'm going to cross my feet over my chest. Think of dropping my shoulders down away from my ears, and then bring my rib cage in and round my upper spine, keeping the rest of my body neutral. Now we're going to rotate to the right with our T-spine, getting as far over to the right as we can. And then lateral flexion of the T-spine, getting that shoulder to reach back toward our back pocket. Then lift up to the right top corner of the space you have, getting into that T-spine extension. Slowly rotate through your center, leading that sternum up and out to the left. And then left shoulder blade reaches toward that left back pocket. Round back into that flexion toward the left side of your body. And rotate back to center. We're going to do one more just like that. Rotate all the way to the right side, keeping your pelvis and hips stable. Right shoulder blade reaches toward that right back pocket. Then lift up into T-spine extension. Come all the way across like you're tracing a rainbow in the sky with your sternum. Left shoulder blade drops down toward the left back pocket. And then into that flexion of your T-spine again. Back to center. Awesome. Lift back up to neutral. Before we go to the other side, we're going to do a little ankle mobility drill, just getting a kinetic stretch. Reach your arms forward, protract through your scaps, and you're going to inhale as you try to dorsiflex that front ankle as much as you can. Exhale, push down like a gas pedal back to your centered position. Okay, so we're trying to focus on stretching the front ankle, the heel staying down. Exhale as we push away the floor. Just 3 more like that. Inhale, reach as far forward as you can without this heel coming off the ground. Exhale, push away. One more time. Inhale, reach, find that stretch. Exhale, push away. Awesome. Then we're going to stand up and do one hip car standing with this left hip. Right leg, which was my front leg in the kneeling position, is going to be my stable leg here. So I'm just going to reach both arms forward again and bring my left knee up as high as I can, toes to the shin. And then I'm going to sweep that leg out, abducting my left hip. Drop the knee down a little bit, start to internally rotate through the hip, sweeping the heel back, and now find your full hip extension. Trying to keep your pelvis stable, rib cage drawn in. Bring the knee forward, take a breath, and reverse that, driving back into hip extension. And then sweep up and out to the left. Then externally rotate through the hip, pulling that knee up as high as you can. Bring it in front of you and rest it down. Awesome. And then one shoulder car here in this standing position. Right hand can go on the rib cage. Left arm is going to externally rotate. Sweep across the body. Getting up into that flexion of your shoulder as high up as you can with that elbow straight. Then internally rotate through the shoulder. Start to sweep the arm back. Keep internally rotating. Get as much of that shoulder extension as you can. Draw the arm toward your midline. And then from here, rest for a breath and reverse it. You're internally rotated still. Sweep back as far as you can. Then start to externally rotate through the shoulder. And then start to sweep the arm all the way back up toward your ear. Keep externally rotating. Sweep across your cheek, across your midline, and coming down all the way back to your starting position. We're going to do all that on the other side. Here we go. Starting in that half kneeling position with the T-spine rotation. So hands are going to cross over the chest, and we're going to cross them over the opposite arm on top compared to the other side, okay? Take a moment to find your position. Start to exhale. Draw that rib cage in and back. And then rotate to the left as far as you can. Just the T-spine. Everything else stays stable. Drop that left shoulder back toward your left back pocket. Start to lift up into T-spine extension to that left top corner. And then sweep slowly across the center of your body. Keep trying to extend that T-spine. And then right shoulder dips down and back. Feel those obliques, that lat engagement there. And then draw back. Elbows toward your rib cage, rounding into T-spine flexion to the bottom right side. And rotate through center. One more in that direction. Make it as smooth as you can. Remember, our T-spine is just our upper spine from about our mid-back to the bottom of our neck. So everything else in our lower body is staying as stable as we can keep it. And our head is just following along with our T-spine, but we're not flexing or extending at the neck here. Take your time getting back to the center position, and then lift up to a, quote, neutral T-spine. Now we've got the ankle dorsiflexion kinetic stretch. Reach your arms straight out in front of you, hands and fists, protract through your scaps, and then inhale. As you shift your weight forward, find that stretch in your ankle. Exhale, gas pedal down with the front half of your foot to press your body back out of the stretch. 4 more times. Inhale. Goal is to get as much weight forward as you can without the heel coming up. Moving with our breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, push away. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Last one. Awesome. We're going to stand up from here and go into that hip car with the right leg. Just reach both arms straight out again. Right knee comes up as high as you can get it. Flexing that hip, flexing toes and ankle up toward the shin. Then sweep the leg out to the right. And then start to drop the knee down, internally rotating through your hip. Drive the heel back, getting as much hip extension as you can. Notice if you're starting to go into an anterior tilt, try to keep that tailbone dropping down. Bring the knee forward, take a breath, and reverse it now. Into that hip extension, feel that hamstring and glute. Then sweep up to the right. Externally rotate through the hip. Keep pulling the knee up as you bring the leg in front of you. And lower it down. Stand on both legs. Left hand can go in front of the rib cage. Externally rotate through your right shoulder. Here we go. Sweep the arm across. Slowly bringing it up into that shoulder flexion as high as you can without extending your spine. Then internally rotating through the shoulder. Start to sweep the arm back. Keep internally rotating as you bring the arm behind you and bring the arm toward your midline. Use that tricep to engage that shoulder extension. Bring it down, take a breath. Keep the shoulder internally rotated, thumb reaches back into that shoulder extension. Then externally rotate as much as you can in the shoulder extension position. Then start to bring the arm back up. Keep externally rotating through your shoulder. And then sweep across your cheek, across your midline, and bring it down. Awesome, guys. That is the full body warm up. And that's all we're gonna do today. I thought we were gonna use the yoga block, but I'm gonna finish the video there. Join me for our next video. It's gonna be a kettlebell workout downloaded and uploaded next week. Thanks for subscribing, or thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I can't talk today. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.